Welcome back to the 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Maddie Jansen. We begin with the latest on the Stagecoach Fire, still burning in Kern's Mountains today. Good news and bad news from the front lines. Both the acreage and the containment grew overnight. So far, the fire has burned 7,750 acres. As of this morning, Kern County Fire says it is 27% contained. Fire officials also say the blaze has destroyed 13 homes so far. The fire is burning in our mountain region, cradled between Lake Isabella and Tehachapi. It's a rural area, but many people live there. In fact, hundreds of homes are still threatened today. There are new evacuations to tell you about. Kern County Fire updated evacuation orders for anyone living in the areas along Paiute Mountain Road and Saddle Springs Road. This is on top of the evacuation notices given earlier this week. It includes the area north of Walker Basin and east of Caliente Bodfish Roads. If you've been affected by this fire and need help, call the American Red Cross. Volunteers are helping people find a place to stay if they have to leave their homes. That number is 1-800-RED-CROSS. And you can find all of the evacuation information on our website, KGET.com. We continue to work to bring you the latest information on the Stagecoach Fire. You can head to our website, KGET.com, to get the latest on the firefight. We also have resources that we've mentioned for those who've been affected by the fire. All of this can be found at KGET.com. And some good news for County Fire. The Fort Fire is 100% contained. It broke out along the west side of southbound I-5 near Grapevine Road yesterday. 277 acres burned. At one point, the fire was affecting traffic along the I-5, and CHP had to close a lane. Those lanes, though, are all back open today. The fires are a good reminder that you need to have a safe, cleared space around your property to prevent fires. It's called hazard reduction clearance. You can be fined if you don't clear a space. And if you're not sure if your property falls within the required area, you can locate it using the lookup tool on the CAL FIRE website. You can also sign up for disaster alerts from Kern County's emergency services. Just go to readykern.com. It's always good to be prepared. Now the latest on the pandemic here in Kern County. The Kern County Public Health Department announced 8 new COVID-19 deaths and 285 new cases this morning. That brings the total in the county to 22,019 cases and 160 deaths. The department is reporting that 6,807 people have recovered from the virus. 14,785 are isolated at home, and 257 are being treated in the hospital. Kern County Public Health said more than 111,000 tests have come back negative, and there are 717 still pending. COVID-19 cases could be underreported due to a technical issue with the California Department of Public Health data system. That's the California Reportable Disease Information Exchange. Kids in Kern County prepare for the start of a very different school year. The Boys and Girls Club is stepping in to fill a critical gap. The clubs announced this morning they recognize not all parents will be free to help kids navigate online lessons for distance learning because they must go back to work. Zane Smith, the executive director of Kern County Club, said they are there to serve kids of working families and will provide an environment for kids to get help with their studies. Kids will bring their computers and headsets to do schoolwork at the club. The club will provide face shields, internet, and technical assistance during school time and both in-person and virtual learning activities during non-school hours from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. These fee-based programs will be offered at the Armstrong Youth Center on Niles Street, the Stockdale Club on Young Street, and the Lamont Club on Segru Road. We've posted a link for more information and how to enroll on our website, KGET.com. Just search for this story. Some heartbreaking news to share with you today out of Northwest Bakersfield. A 1-year-old baby has died after falling into a pool. It happened around 7:45 last night. Kern County Sheriff's deputies were called to a home on Rosedale Highway near Jewetta Avenue. The 1-year-old was taken to a hospital but didn't make it. The sheriff's office is investigating. Well, police have arrested a man suspected in a double homicide earlier this week. That shooting left 2 men dead Tuesday night on 10th and M Streets. Neither victim has been identified by the coroner yet. And overnight we learned that officers arrested Eric Laval Nichols in Wasco in connection to the murders. Bakersfield police arrested a man accused of breaking into a home and assaulting an 82-year-old man. Police say on Monday they were called to a house on Panorama Drive, just a few blocks away from Bakersfield College. There, they found the elderly man with injuries. He told officers a man broke into his home and assaulted him. Police arrested Jeremiah Aguilar. He faces several charges, including burglary, elder abuse, and assault. All right, checking out that Finally Friday forecast. We had some beautiful temperatures earlier this week. Let's see what we're looking at for the weekend.
Taking a look at our temperatures and kind of where we should be this time of year. I know yesterday was really nice with that 89, but our normal for this time of year is 97. Now our overnight temperature right on track with 70 degrees. Our record on this date set back in 1905 when we hit 110 degrees. They can keep it tonight. Sunset at 7:53. Here's a look at the satellite and radar. Not much to show you. That trough has been in place. We will see some clouds along the coastal areas, but interior part, just that smoky haze that we'll continue to see in Bakersfield from the Stagecoach Fire. 94 in Sacramento today, 95 in Fresno, 70s if you're headed down to LA or San Diego, and if you're going to try your luck east into Vegas, 103 there. Phoenix still hot at 110. I talk about the beaches. Cloud cover for one more day here. Mid 60s, a west-northwest wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. So if you're thinking about going to the beach today and getting that suntan, well, going to be a little tough because of the clouds. Here's a look at the headlines. Smoky skies will remain in place for today into the weekend. Near normal temperatures, and then triple digits back in the forecast Sunday and Monday. Again, it's going to be a warm weekend. I can't remind you enough, stay out of the Kern River unless you're going with an experienced guide. We take a look at the national weather, and we are looking at a little bit of moisture in the midsection today, also along the eastern seaboard, and the thunderstorm potential is there as well. Even along the Sierra Crest, there's a sliver here. We may see an isolated thunderstorm here or two, and then from the Dakotas through parts of Nebraska, New Mexico, and heading east into Iowa and Illinois today. This is kind of going to be a hotbed for thunderstorms along with areas up near Maine, all the way through the Carolinas and into Florida. Here's a look at the temperatures. 74 in Seattle today, a little warmer in Boise at 84, 94 in Salt Lake, near 100 in Denver, and then up into the northeast, New York, D.C., right near 83. Here at home, sunny skies. We will see that haze, a northwest wind 5 to 10. We're looking at 94 in Bakersfield, along with McFarland and Delano. 92 in Taft for the mountains in the Kern River Valley. We're looking sunny, a west-northwest wind 5 to 10. 81 Frazier Park, 82 in Tehachapi with lower 90s for Lake Isabella at 91. Into the desert, a southwest wind 10 to 20, 92 in Mojave, and Ridgecrest at 99. Here's your extended forecast, and you'll see that warm up tomorrow, 97, 101 Sunday, Monday. The good news is things pull back a few degrees by Wednesday, Thursday with the upper 90s. For the mountains, also warming you up, 87 for Saturday, near 90 Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Then by Thursday, we're back in the mid 80s. For the Kern River Valley, sunny skies and a little bit warmer day by day. In fact, Sunday, Monday, near 100, but then by Thursday you'll also get that cool down with temperatures back near 94. So overall, a little bit of a warm up on the way heading into the weekend. So get out and enjoy your Friday. We'll send it back to you.
In your business watch, no deal. Today's the day Democrats and White House negotiators had hoped to outline the basics of coronavirus relief, but both sides say it's probably not happening. Washington correspondent Tracy Potts has more on what that means for millions of Americans facing eviction and mounting bills without those extra unemployment checks.
New this morning, unemployment fell to 10.2% last month, and job growth slowed to 1.8 million, underscoring what Americans already know. The country needs a financial bailout, but talks have stalled in Washington. Coronavirus relief in jeopardy.
It's most unfortunate.
We're still a considerable amount apart.
Instead of waiting it out in Washington, some senators have already headed home.
We are willing to do a smaller deal.
When they said a skinny proposal, it was anorexic.
With no deal, President Trump is expected to issue executive orders today to temporarily restore federal unemployment checks, halt evictions, suspend student loan payments, and defer payroll taxes.
An executive order will leave millions of people out. It will be litigated. It won't be effective, and things will get worse.
The president just back from Ohio, where Governor Mike DeWine first tested positive for COVID-19, then negative in the same day. A new forecast predicts 300,000 deaths by December, without extreme measures. President Trump turning his focus to Joe Biden.
No religion, no anything. Hurt the Bible, hurt God. He's against God.
With this controversial statement last night, Biden responding that his faith is at the core of who he is. Now, back to the money and the negotiations. Tomorrow, the small business loan program, the Paycheck Protection Program, that expires, which means no new applications for $130 billion just sitting in the bank unused. Tracy Potts, NBC News.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to KGET.com.